Hello, it's only me, and I'm back with more track guides this season. I'm very excited to be back in the GT3s. So I am here at Lime Rock Park Grand Prix, and I'm in the brand new Porsche GT3R. So new, I haven't even got a paint on it yet. Hopefully that's coming really soon. And I'm a little bit nervous, but excited too. I'm actually making things a little bit harder for myself this season. I'm also providing setups for GT Sprint, and I'm also providing my replay files for my best lap as well as the ghost car. You can download all of that good stuff at findingspeed.com/track guides. And just a little note about channel memberships. Channel members now also get access to my virtual racing school team, which means that you can see all of my lap telemetry, all of my data. You can drive against my laps and see the differences in braking and acceleration and turning and all of that lovely data that we just cannot get enough of here on iRacing. So if that is of interest, do click the join button below and check it out. There's plenty of other perks too, but that's the kind of main one to help support my track guide viewers this season. So best of luck to you. I hope it goes really, really, really well out on the track there this week. Don't forget to let me know how you're getting on in the comments below, as always. And with any luck, I will see you out there on the track. Cheers. Alright guys, here we go with my 50.108 here at Lime Rock Grand Prix in the Porsche. Brand new car. I made the setup for this one. You can download it from my website, findingspeed.com/track guides. You can get my ghost car and replay from there as well. So we're approaching turn one and we're looking for the two board, and we're gonna just before it start braking in slightly towards the inside. So we're just passing the two board now. We're going to do some pretty heavy threshold braking. We're not going to gun down through the gears. We're going to get down to fifth nice and quickly, and then fourth, but we're holding at fourth for a little while. And what that's going to do is that's going to help us carry a bit more speed into this corner. Like the classic mistake at turn one at Lime Rock is to just scrub too much speed too quickly in fear of running off track. So you've really got to train yourself to try and ease off a little bit there. And one of the easiest ways to do this, like certainly psychologically and for quick results, is to just delay that switch down to the final gear you're going to use on this corner, which is the third gear. So we're nicely tight to the inside. We've scrubbed off most of our speed now, and we're down to third, just at the end of the curbing. And this is our widest point. We're essentially mid-track, right in the middle of this double apex corner. I know it's a cool turn two on the next corner, but it really is just a one long sweeping corner. And then we're going to start gradually building the accelerator, really gradually, just so as we can make sure we're nice and tight to the inside curb at the end here. We don't need to use the curb. It just worked out that way on this particular lap. So we're nice and tight, and then we're up over towards the right a little bit, and then we're starting to turn in, and we're sort of quite trailing on the brakes. We don't want to brake too hard here because we need to be steering as well. We want to keep the car relatively tight to the inside, with an ultimate goal, with occasional braking here, of being right on the inside of this curb, and then starting our acceleration basically about here, with a view to being tight right on this little kink, this little white line. That's very easy to put a wheel onto the grass on the left hand side here, so we've got to be mindful of that. But we want to make this corner as wide as we can, just so as we can carry as much speed as we can. So I'm going to lift and turn here, and then gradually build up the acceleration. You can short shift to fourth here. It's not a bad idea because it just keeps the traction in the car nice and steady. But I went up to the revs here, up to fourth. And then we're just straight lining this little wiggly section here, leading to the chicanes. And we can see this big X in tyre marks in front of us. X marks the spot for braking for us here. And we're going to brake slightly out towards the outside of the track with a view to using that beige curb ahead. And we're going to come down to second. And then as we're turning in, we're down to first. And we want to create the tightest point here with a view to when we're on the curb, essentially creating as straight a line as we can through the chicane, as you would any chicane. This is a triple, so it's a little bit more, it's a little bit hairier. But then we're building up, we're up to second, and we're gunning up through the gears. We just want to avoid those red curbs. We don't want to be hitting any of them for long today. So we're up onto the outside of the track. We can see a little kink just ahead in the track, just a car length before that. We're going to brake very lightly, sort of basically just a little trail brake as we turn in the car. And then we're gradually building up the accelerator before that access road on the apex. And then using all this curb on exit. And then for the final turn, again, we've got this kind of little X in front of us on the track. It's not as clear as on the other track, but we're going to lift and we're going to turn at the same time. It's a lift and turn, and that's going to force the front of the car to rotate round and gradually build up the accelerator. Now, note how gradual that build is. It's really important in the Porsche here. If you build too quickly, you're going to break traction. The back end's going to want to come out. And even if it looks cool and it feels great when you do it, you're going to lose a lot of time. Worst case scenario, obviously, you're going to be doing donuts down the track. But yeah, we really want to build that accelerator slowly. And then also, let's keep a really, really gentle turning angle. Last corner in the Porsche is really hard. So the two things that are really going to help here is a very gentle and deliberate steering angle. Don't try and force it. Let it come to you. And also build that accelerator really gradually so that we're not causing the back of the car to break free. And that'll keep you on the track nicely. And we're up to sixth and over the line. The only other thing I want to mention at this track is the last two corners there. We really do want to avoid the inside curbs. It's not going to be pretty if we're mounting those curbs particularly. It's going to throw the car out of shape quite drastically. So last two corners, let's stay off the curbs. Even if it means taking a slightly wider line, it's preferable to taking chunks out of those curbs and bouncing the car across the track. Best of luck for your races here this week, guys. I hope it goes really, really well. Don't forget to download my setup, my ghost car, and my replay file from findingspeed.com/track guides. And just a little reminder that all channel members get access to my virtual racing school telemetry and can download all my data from there as well, so you can compare your laps to mine and figure out where you might be able to make up a little bit of time or drive a little bit smarter.